But shifting focus then to India's jute industry, government has fixed ex-factory price of jute bags for the month of April 2025, which aims to regulate the pricing of essential jute packaging materials. To understand the latest pricing trend in the jute industry and to get a sense of demand outlook, we now have Mr. Raghavendra Gupta, chairman at the Indian Jute Mills Association or IJMA, now joining us. Mr. Gupta, thank you so much for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now. Government recently came out with a notification where they've gone ahead and revised prices of jute. Help us understand how much has the revision been, what were the prices earlier, and how much have they been revised to now? What is the current rate?
Yeah, good afternoon. The prices for jute bags, the formula has been revised in November 2024, and this was about a 4% revision in the formula. The monthly prices keep changing as per the fluctuating markets of the raw jute price, and the revision of 4% has been a huge positive for the jute industry. And this price revision we were seeking since 2016, and now that it's been done, it's a huge relief for the jute industry.
Revision in price, the 4% increase in tandem with the revised formula which was announced in the month of November last year. And is the industry happy with the 4% increase if it is in line with the formula that was given by the government?
Yes, it is in line with the increase in costing of various components, and by and large, it is a formula that will go well with both the manufacturers as well as the buyer, and the industry is well set to supply bags to the government at these prices.
So 4% increase in jute bag prices, but that is in tandem with the prices and the formula that was fixed by the government. And has there been any impact on demand on account of this price increase, or it is at par with what the expectation was?
The demand, we saw a resurgence in demand towards the latter half of the last financial year. Since December 2024 right up to April as we talk today, the demand for jute sacking bags has been robust, and the industry is fully geared up to meet this increased demand by the government. And what we understand that the procurement for food grains has also started for the Rabi season, and the early estimates show that the procurement for wheat is in line with a 30 million metric ton procurement. If this happens, then the states and FCI will not be left with carryover bags from this season into the next season, and this would mean that the demand from the government should be robust in the coming season as well.
Expecting demand from the government to remain robust, but what when it comes to exports? How active are jute players in the export market? I'm trying to get a sense of whether tariffs will have any impact on exports from India.
The export market is kind of stagnated to about 15% of India's production of jute goods, and we have not seen any increase over the last 4 years, where in 2020 onwards we saw the impact of COVID, and then talking of the recent past, we are seeing a recessionary demand from both US and Europe. So demand for jute goods in the export markets remain a bit sluggish, and the tariffs will have a positive impact for Indian manufacturers, because India is under a 26% tariff bracket, whereas our competitors, which is Bangladesh, is on a 36 or 37% percent bracket. So exports to US should increase from India if the tariffs come into place.
Okay, so that's as far as the demand environment and export environment is concerned. But out of the 15% that you export, help us understand how much goes to the US and how much to other countries?
US exports would be accounting for 3% of total that would be 3%. 3 over 15 would be almost 15% of our export markets.
And do you expect any kind of impact of tariff war? For the time being, it has been halted for 90 days, but any kind of impact or repercussions that you expect for jute mills back home in India on account of these tariffs?
Like I said, the tariff, if it is imposed both on India and Bangladesh, it will be a positive for the Indian jute industry because Indian goods will become more competitive in the US market. So I don't see any fear for the Indian jute industry if tariffs are imposed by the US.
All right, so that's as far as exports to US are concerned. But one last question, when it comes to jute production in India, that has seen a declining trend. Do you expect a reversal and any kind of support that you expect from the government?
The jute production saw almost a 15% decline in the year 24-25 from 3 previous seasons where we enjoyed a robust crop of 90 odd lakh bales. And last year, or the current year which we are talking of, the estimates are about a 70 lakh production for the jute crop. The sowing season has started, the prices have firmed up, and we expect the sowing this year to go back to 75 to 80 lakh bales crop.
Okay, understood. So that's as far as the production situation back home in India is concerned. Mr. Gupta, thank you so much for taking your time out and joining us here on ET
Thank
Now,
you.
helping us decode what the implication of that 4% surge in jute prices will have on demand.